What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and I'm doing a reaction off this guy's reaction, who is Zox, and he's on a channel that is actually not ZoxStream. The channel that he's actually on is the MGN, the Mobile Gaming Network, and it's pretty cool that what's going on here is that this is I'm about to say a Discord or a Discord channel. This is going to actually be a channel where you can just follow gaming news, and I'm hoping that I don't have to always hijack FG's videos every time when I want to find what new games are coming out and have a nice breakdown. FG's video was like 20 something minutes. My video ended up being like 20 something minutes of the other game of the Higgin. This one is OUTERPLANE, which I did see FG go over, but let's watch together my boy Zox break it down and watch it on the MGN as a channel that I have a lot of faith in, and then hopefully I can get on there as well eventually. So let's see. Break it down to me, Zox.
What's up, everyone? I'm your host today, ZoxSkun, and welcome back to the MGN. Now, we're going to actually be getting into a game called the OUTERPLANE, and let me tell you, this game is absolutely fire. Now, the OUTERPLANE is currently in CBT right now, and this is a game being brought to us by, and I should say from, SmileGate. Now,
so I'm just gonna pause it there. So this is a SmileGate game. So this is the what is it? Developers, publishers. I always get that confused. I'm not gonna lie. So you'll see that it has a lot of Epic 7-esque kind of things, which is great. And unfortunately, based on the last game, it does suck that they still do this, right? The two characters standing, moving a little bit while the dialogue's going. And then after you see what, like I said, at the last game, I do agree with FG. I wish that more games just do it the other style. I don't read, and that's normally when I skip games where it's just like a bunch of text on the screen. I don't know who writes all that text, but God bless them, bro.
This is going to be an anime style and a isekai genre game where the main character finds himself in another world, where you as the player are able to learn more about the world he's in and the main character himself. Now, you're actually
that's the main character
to combine and assemble 4 heroes into a squad where you'll be able to experience turn-based fights against giant monsters.
The main character reminds me of Shield Hero, which is a very popular isekai kind of anime, so yeah.
When getting into the gameplay,
look at the animations.
This game absolutely smashes it in the graphic department. This is definitely a great thing considering all of the competition this game would have in its given genre, and I'll say this is definitely going to be one of the top games coming out in it. Now, outside of that, what makes this game even more intricate is the actual combat system they have implemented.
Yes.
Now, they have something called burst skills and as well as chain links. So with the burst skills, each character has their own different burst skill.
Yep.
And what this allows them to actually be able to do is either give themselves bonus healing or be able to call an ally for some extra damage in a chaining attack.
They do have their own little ultimates. They have like chain skills pretty much. They have like a cool thing. The boss, and for some reason Epic 7 doesn't have this, which is kind of weird that they don't have it and like they're doing the same game. In Epic 7 it's like souls, like a soul system. As characters use skills, it builds up, right? And then you can use it manually, but if it's on auto, they don't use it. This game, you can put it on auto, they'll use everything, you know, they'll use everything. They'll use their combo attacks, they'll use their everything. I love that. I love that it's all inclusive, but as you guys might remember from the last video I just did, sometimes having the AI too good on auto will mean that you'll never have to manual. So that's always a little bit of a concern for me.
So that's something that ends up being really, really crucial for how you'll be able to tackle some of these giant bosses and just being able to simply clear content. Now, of course, once you accumulate enough points, or CP I should say, you'll be able to actually summon all of your...
Yeah, check this out.
There are 4 of them to actually do a super, super dope looking combo chain attack. And I'd say that's something that really spices up things so you're getting a different feel within the game. As far as the game modes, there's quite a bit for you to actually do. So you are going to have your typical story / adventure mode, which is just the main story. And then, of course, as you are meeting different allies, you'll be able to partake in the side stories so you can learn a little bit more about some of the units that you are encountering.
So yeah, it's like it does all the basic gacha stuff right there. That's the only thing where I kind of like when it comes to certain like these games, right? Like they'll have a cool aesthetic, but then it goes back to just being regular gacha, the same kind of games that you're playing. But I do like that the bosses look really unique. I think that that does help the game. I remember, what was it, Overhit, like watching looking at some of the bosses and looking at some of the graphics. It's kind of nuts. This game reminds me of like a Raid Shadow Legends. It reminds me of like Raid Shadow Legends, but it's in a more cartoony kind of thing. And I don't mean Raid Shadow Legends because of like their systems. I've never played that game, but I'm just talking about like how unique the characters look and how unique the bosses and stuff like that look. This game is a game that will really be done well over time. It's gonna launch strong, and if the community really likes it and people want to play it, they like the style and all that other good stuff, it will stay strong. It just needs to have a community that backs it. It needs a strong community because, like I said, it has a lot of basics. The basic gacha stuff is not reinventing the wheel or anything like that. It just needs a good community and it needs longevity.
And to add more to the fun, you will have challenges. So you'll be able to farm different things like gold, EXP, upgrade stones to make your unit stronger, and as well as gear in these different request modes. Now, to top it all off, they also have a Skyward Tower. So there's a tower mode.
I want to know what you guys feel about tower modes. Now, I kind of like them in most games, but what I really don't like is just that when it resets and then you got to do it again. When your account gets strong enough, usually it's a breeze. But I always, like, either I forget to do it or I just don't want to do it, like every time fighting that same challenge that I already beat. I like when sometimes maybe if they rotate the challenge or they change it up a little bit, but then again, it's a great resource grind, right? If you have a thing like this that's like 100 floors, gives you good resources, and you're like, damn, I really like that thing, and then you could do it again, that's obviously a good thing. But a lot of times it's just like me personally, sometimes I feel like it's just so tedious to do that content, and it's a lot of floors. I guess if they lowered the amount of floors, I wouldn't mind it, but 100 floors, I don't know how long this one is, but like I sometimes I don't like to have to do another kind, like, because there's already a daily grind, then you have to go do the floor thing, right? So I'm curious what you guys feel about that.
Already in the game, and I think that's something really important to have, just so that it gives you more things to do as you're pushing content.
Yeah,
and for
that's a good
you
point.
Guys that like to throw hands, there is going to actually be arena in the game.
PvP.
So, yes, that's something else to look forward to. Now, as far as monetization, unfortunately, we can't see any of the from the shop. So, like packs and things of that nature, it's just non-existent.
Smart. Even if you have a terrible, monetization, at least you can't see it. So all the early impressions of the game will be based on what you see. And I feel like not only is that smart in one way, I think it's also smart in another way because it allows you to base it off people's reaction on. And Epic 7's monetization is all kind of like all over the place. It kind of pisses me off sometimes when I go back into the game and they ask me about to buy like 6 packs before I can get to the actual game and check on my little monster that I put by the table.
Because we're in a CBT. But one thing that's still relevant to monetization is the gacha. And the gacha, in my opinion, gets a huge plus because of how they did the mileage/pity system.
Pity.
So currently in the CBT, there is a rate up banner and then a standard banner. And no matter what banner you pull on, your pity or your mileage still counts towards whatever that rate up banner unit is. So even if you decide that you want to pull on the standard banner for some odd reason, you would then still be able to pity the unit that's on the rate up banner. So considering all things, if that's something that they allow to like carry over, that would be a huge plus for players that are going to be like free to play and just really trying to max value the currency they might have within the game. With all of that being said, OUTERPLANE is definitely a game you want to keep on your radar. This game definitely superseded my expectations, and I'm really intrigued to see what SmileGate brings in the near future for this title. Now, with that, of course, you do have a few days left on the CBT to be able to try this out. So we will have some links in the description down below. So if you want to get your hands on this, just to kind of see what the hype is all about, you can give it a try. Now, of course, guys, don't forget to make
I didn't know
sure
I can
that
play
you
this
check out
myself.
our Twitter and our TikTok. And definitely, if you found you liked this video and you found it helpful, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel because we're going to be pushing mobile gaming forward. And I'm your host, scFX, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. So I'll see you guys in the next.
All right, so I really like this. I like how it's presented, and this is something that that they really want to have. So it's going to be like a mobile gaming. I want to call it like a mecca, but I don't even know if that's correct terminology. So what did you guys think about that presentation? Do you like it? Like, do you want to subscribe to this? I actually like it. I like it a lot. That it's kind of like something where they're going to have different hosts. They're going to have different people actually coming on, so it's not like going to be, so like, let's say you hate my delivery but you like Zox's, so you'll have Zox explain a certain game, and then I'll explain a certain game, and then Clint will explain a certain game. I really like this. I think that this is something that needed to be done, that a lot of people aren't doing. Like, sometimes you'll just have that one focal person, but that one focal person might have like I have like things that I like and hate about, like Tower of Fantasy, but I don't really have a Tower of Fantasy like drive or something like that to really get into the game, to really make a video about it. But Clint does, right? So if Clint wanted to have a discussion about Tower of Fantasy, I could at least go on there and chime in, things like that. I think that that's what I really like about a channel like this, is that it's not like going to be this whole, it's going to be like a central location to just talk about all things mobile by multiple creators that can have discussions. It's gonna be like as Clint says, like a very like ESPN kind of thing, and I think that that's cool. You can see the inspiration as well. I think it's a really cool idea. I think it's a smart idea. I think that it's going to be something absolutely amazing, and I think that it's something you guys should definitely subscribe and like to, and really check out the videos that are going to come out. This will be where you'll get your mobile news, right? Because me personally, I'm not covering every mobile game that comes out. Not gonna do it. But it's really cool that at least you can have a place where, oh, this is where I can check this out. Maybe I don't want to cover a game because I don't like it, but Zox might cover it because he does, and then Clint might cover this one because he does, and then everything just goes through there. I think that that's dope. I think that that's amazing. So yeah, what do you guys think about, I already forgot the name of the game. OUTERPLANE is the name of the game. What do you guys think about OUTERPLANE? Do you guys think it's a cool enough game? And also the mobile gaming network, if you guys like that, you guys should definitely subscribe, because they're gonna just be covering all mobile games. What I personally want to do, I'm going to talk to Clint about it. What I personally want to do in there is have more discussions about like gacha stuff, like monetization, unit acquisition. There's the things that I'm more passionate about in this genre. That's kind of what I want to bring to the table. Like, and of course, like impressions and stuff like that. But I really want to talk about like what we could do to make mobile gaming better. And we need a central location, because the issues that comes out, I know this has nothing to do with OUTERPLANE, but the issues that happen is that Zox is doing Dislight, right? I'm doing a little Dislight, you know, Clint's doing this game. Now, there are issues within those games, right, that are separate. Like, I did Counterside. Why did I stop playing Counterside? The reason why I stopped playing Counterside is the same reason why Zox stopped playing another game, and it's the same reason why Clint stopped playing another game. I like to talk about those issues, like what happens in these games that make us drop them. Is it because of the game? Is it stuff like that? That's what needs to be discussed, so we can start getting better gacha games out there. I think it would be great to even have like even as special guests. Maybe they don't have to be permanent guests or whatever, but like FG3000, Scion Storm. I remember it was so cool to see on the Peak podcast, you had Scion Storm, Zox, and Clint all talking about gaming, mobile gaming, and that's kind of what it is, because we have audiences that can really form how these gacha games and mobile games are making stuff. So it's not like we keep going into the same frustrating holes back and over and over again. So I think that that's super important. I think this is super important that we start having one central locations that start speaking the same, like kind of echoing out something, and then maybe, just maybe, the hope, the dream, the copium is that we start to shake the mobile gaming world enough that we can start getting better games down the road. Let me know what you guys think about that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.